So yesterday Sayadaw expounded the fourth course of the Viriya Sambodhanga, the courageous effort, which is one of the factors of the enlightenment for Bodhanga. So the first course is recollection of the woeful lives, the conditions in woeful lives. So Sayadaw in the previous Dhamma talks, he has already explained how the cycle of the kilesa, mental defilements, and then turning on and on, according to the Paticca Samuppada, the dependent origination. So when we cannot stop the cycle of the kilesa, then the karma cycle follows, and at the same time vipaka cycle also takes place. So the point is failure to observe the eightfold factors of the path, Meganga. So unless we develop eightfold factors of the path, Meganga, we by no means stop the cycle of the kilesa, karma, and the vipaka. So when we make great effort in the meditation practice and developing mindfulness and concentration, there will be no room for the mental defilements. So in this way we can stop the cycle of the kilesa, mental defilements, from turning on and on. So kilesa, mental defilements, is compared to the head of a person. If there is somebody, if he has no head, then all the rest of the organs, physical organs, become useless automatically. So in the same way, when we can cut off the kilesa, mental defilements, then all the rest of the water cycle will stop spontaneously. So in this way, Sayadaw explained how the water cycle turning on and on, how to stop it from turning on and on. So in this way, Sayadaw explained the first cause of the Viriya, one of the factors of the enlightenment. Yesterday, Sayadaw expounded number 4. Now today, Sayadaw would like to explain number 5. There are many kinds of the worldly privileges which belong to us, but these are material things. They are actually not durable. They are easily destroyed for several reasons. So the heritage given by the Buddhas to us is a spiritual one. It's a very durable and priceless and timeless. So by practicing Vipassana meditation, we can become the noble person, we can be counted as a noble people. So such noble people are worthy of such a noble heritage, the priceless, timeless heritage given by the Buddha. There are many others worldly heritage. So no other heritage can compare this spiritual noble heritage given by the Buddha. So that's why this heritage is one of the priceless, timeless, the material and timeless things. Heritage is also of the 7 kinds. So there is also said the wealth, spiritual wealth, which is of 7 kinds given by the Buddha. So there are 7 kinds of the noble wealth. So first of all Sadhana, the faith, what should be, we should have faith in. And number 2 is Sila, the morality. So we have to keep our physical and verbal behavior in check through the Sila, morality. And number 3 is Hirijana, the word or the moral shame. So we should be ashamed of the unwholesome deed and speech. And number 4 is Oddappa Dana. This one is moral fear. And number 5 is Sutta Dana. This one is knowledge. The knowledge of how to practice, learning how to practice correctly. And number 6 is Jaga, is given. And number 7 is Panya, the wisdom or insight into the truth. So these are called noble words, 7 kinds of noble words. These words belong to the noble people. Or these belong to the noble person, the Buddha himself. So these 7 kinds of the words are given by the Buddha to us as a heritage, spiritual heritage. The first word is Sadhana, so faith and confidence. There is 4 kinds of the faith. This faith is not ordinary faith. This one is a particular kind of the faith, which is of 4 kinds. The first one is Pasara Sada. This is just gratifying to you, something or someone which is gratifying, pleasing to you. Then you feel gratified with that person or that things. That type of mental state is called Pasada Sada, a type of faith. And when you practice Vipassana meditation, and thanks to the concentration and the mindfulness, you can keep your mind away from the mental hindrances, such as the thought of sensory pleasure, thought of aversion, and so on. Then your mind becomes clear and happy. That type of happiness is called Pasara Sada. This type of happiness or this type of gratifying mental state actually can belong to not only human beings but also even animals. Because this type of Pasada Sada, faith and confidence has nothing to do with the wisdom and knowledge. It's just gratifying and pleasing. So without knowledge and wisdom, your faith can be such a type of blind faith. So it's not very reliable faith. The second type of faith is called Anapana Sada. This faith is quite deeper than the first one. When you be able to appreciate the virtues and the qualities of the Buddha and Dhamma, that your faith and confidence in the Triple Gem becomes stronger. For example, when you believe that Dhamma, when you practice Dhamma, you can enjoy benefits the right way. So the Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha is always serves its purpose, is always consistent to its results. So if you practice, for example, samatha, your mind is become tranquil, and as a result of the tranquility, you can enjoy the unique happiness, a type of unique happiness. In this way, you can enjoy the benefits right way. according to the Dhamma. So in the same way, when you practice Vipassana, you can attain the Mega enlightenment. So the best result. So the Dhamma is always serving its purpose, is always consistent to its result. So that's called Swakata. So you realize, appreciate these virtues of the Dhamma, and you have faith and confidence in the Dhamma. So that type of faith and confidence is called Okapana Sada. And so it also can be explained in terms of the karma, belief in karma. You have faith in belief in karma. And if you do the unwholesome evil deeds, so you will have to suffer. If you perform good deeds, you will have good results. You have such faith. That type of faith also said Okapana Sada. And another way it can be explained is you believe this present life. If there is a present life, there must be past and a future. And so logically it's very clear. So you have faith and confidence in the life, present life, past and future. So this type of faith is more or less connected with the wisdom and knowledge. So this faith is called Okapana Sada. And if you practice Vipassana meditation, you can see mind and body, and they are true characteristics, and they are causality and relativity. And also you can see their impermanence, unsatisfactoriness and egolessness. Through the Vipassana stages, you can realize the truth of the phenomena of mind and body. So in this way, your faith and confidence becomes stronger. That faith also should be included in this kind of the Okapana Sada, Okapana faith. So our faith and confidence should be based on the reasoning power. So if we don't have the reasoning and we just simply faith, that's a type of the blind faith. So without reasoning power, you have faith in something or someone. That's called Metta Jimokha, the wrong belief, wrong faith, or blind faith. So that blind faith is based on the ignorance and delusion, which is also connected with the craving and attachment. So this type of faith is does not belong to reasoning power, and also is not applicable to our life, because it has no reasoning or no rationale. So sometimes we believe according to our tradition. That traditional faith also should be included in this type of faith, Moddapatana. The Moddapatana means should be translated as a blind faith, or it's also called Muddapatana in Pali. So as a yogi, you are practicing Vipassana meditation with the faith in the quality of the practice. As mentioned in the Vipassana Sutta by the Buddha, this Vipassana practice can help us to purify our mind away from the mental defilements such as craving, aversion, and delusion, and so on. So when we are practicing Vipassana meditation, we are supposed to observe 4 kinds of the objects, as you know. So with the great appreciation of the benefits of the Vipassana practice, so we make great effort in the practice, and then we develop the Khanika Samadhi, the momentary concentration, and then we start to see the mind and the body, and their characteristics, and their causality and relativity, their impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and so on. Later we can see they are arising and passing away at a certain level of the insight, called Udayava Jnana. Then we are likely to see or experience the bright light or the certain types of the joyful feeling. And then their faith and confidence also become really increased. That faith is mentioned there as a dimokha, the deep faith in the practice. So this faith based on your own experience and your own practice. So it's quite durable. It's not easily destroyed. So if you practice Vipassana meditation until you attain the Megaphala enlightenment and Nibbana, then your faith is never destroyed, it's everlasting. Never destroyed. Even if somebody gave you the countless or the wealth to destroy your faith, then your faith never shakable. Your faith becomes unshakable. So you also will become only ready to sacrifice your life, even your life. You won't give up your faith. So the faith is, your faith is such unshakable and everlasting. There are some people, they are very good speakers. They even make the statue smile. So such a good speaker also cannot shake your faith. Because your faith is based on your own experience. Such kind of faith is called Adhikama Sada. The faith belongs to the noble people, enlightened people. So such a faith is unshakable. Such a wealth is nobody taken away. So this is the best and noblest wealth given by the Buddha. It's called Saddhana, the wealth of the faith. So only when you attain the Adhikama Saddha, the faith, which is obtained through your own experience, through your knowledge. Starting from the insight, the knowledge, insight into the mind and the body, they are relatively. Your insight and the Vipassana wisdom become mature and mature until you attain the first level of enlightenment called Sotapaddi Magga. Then your Saddha, faith in the Dhamma is become unshakable, never destroyed, everlasting. Then you overcome all kinds of the enemies. There are 5 kinds of enemies in a sense. So first of all, the kilesa enemies. When based on the mental defilements, you commit the several kinds of the evil deeds, killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, and so on. So these evil deeds are connected with the mental defilements. Because of the anger or hatred, you may commit the killing, or because of the sexual desire, you may commit the sexual misconduct, and so on. So because of the craving, the greed, you may commit the stealing or cheating others. So in this way, mental defilements become your own enemies. The extreme level of these mental defilements always become driving force behind your evil deeds, evil activities. So these mental defilements are regarded as an enemy called Vira in Pali, and also called as Akusala Vira, unwholesome enemy or unwholesome mental state, or the Kilesa Vira, or enemies, or the mental defilements enemy. If you cannot defeat these enemies, you will always ready to commit evil deeds. So it's always pull down you to the lower life. So these mental defilements are called enemies. So as a result of these mental defilements enemies, you will be surrounded by the personal enemies. You commit evil deeds, so people hate you, and you increase the enemies, your enemies. So to overcome, to defeat these enemies, you have to keep 5 precepts. So when you are attained the first stage of the enlightenment, Sotapaddi Magga, your precepts, 5 precepts, is completely pure, completely fulfilled. So in this way, you can overcome the internal and external enemies. You can defeat internal and external enemies. So at the same time, you can get rid of another type of the enmity or dangers. The 4 kinds of dangers. The first of all, the Attanuvada, Viriya, the danger of the guilty conscience. So when you commit evil deeds, you yourself get blamed by yourself. So you feel guilty. So guilty conscience is a type of danger to you. That's called Attanuvada Viriya. Then the second type of the danger is called Paranuvada Viriya. That's the danger of getting blamed by the noble and wise people. And you will become isolated from the noble and wise society. So that's called Attanuvada Viriya, the danger getting blamed by the noble and wise people. And the third danger is Danda Viriya, the punishment, according to the law and regulation. If you commit evil deeds, you have to suffer, you have to pay price for for wrongdoing. So you will get punished according to the law. That's called Danda Viriya, the danger or the punishment. So if you until you attain Megaphala enlightenment, you are subject to the woeful life. So you may commit evil deed or you may reborn in the lower life. That's called Dukkati Viriya, the danger of the lower rebirth. So if you attain the first level of enlightenment, Sotapaddi Magga, so you can defeat all kinds of the enemies, external or internal, and then also you can overcome these dangers, these 4 kinds of dangers. So it's very important for you to become enlightened. At least you attain Sotapaddi Magga, so that you can overcome all kinds of the enemies and dangers. When you become Sotapanna, you are regarded, you are regarded the owner of the sila, or you have owned the wealth of the sila morality. So through the courageous effort, and if we cannot avoid the evil deeds, and we are such the loser. If we cannot develop the wholesome deeds through the courageous heroic effort, and we lazy, then also we are such loser. So we have to practice with a great effort so that we can attain the Megaphala enlightenment, at least first level of enlightenment, Sotapatti Mega. Then only we can definitely avoid the unwholesome evil deeds, and we can take the right path. We can avoid wrong path. And at the same time we can overcome, we can defeat the internal enemies and also external enemies. So that type of the conquest is called Dhamma Vijaya. The conquest by means of the Dhamma, conquest by means of the justice or Dhamma way. So that Dhamma Vijaya is priceless. Nobody can defeat it. So that's why it's very important to become the conqueror by means of the Dhamma. So now time is up. Sayadaw may wish, may you be able to become conqueror by means of the Dhamma. Sayadaw we continue this talk. So that's all for today. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.